I'm back with my 1 month review on the trizepatide that I got through Piper, the compound GLP1. Um, a lot of people have inboxed me and they have asked if I've had any side effects. Me personally, I have not had any side effects. If I could name something that I feel like is a little bit different, but it's definitely not something that I would consider a negative side effect. I am still extremely thirsty, especially in the middle of the night. I wake up and my Stanley Cup better be there, ice cold water. And that is what I crave the most, which is water instead of sugary drinks. Sometimes I do get a headache, and that's around day 2 or 3. And that's probably because I'm not consuming the amount of calories that I do need to. I would recommend that you kind of do research on nutrient rich foods, because if you can only consume a little bit, and that's the little bit that you need to consume in order to like fuel your body, because you're not going to waste your 2 or 3 bites. You're not going to waste it on junk. Like you really are not. I would suggest that. I feel like that's one of my downfalls. When I'm hungry, like I'll eat pretzels with some hummus or my apple or a protein drink. At a certain point, that can't be very nutrient rich for you. You know what I mean? So I am now researching more iron filled foods, more, I take my calcium. I'm looking for more protein rich foods, things of that nature. I did notice that when I was eating oysters though, I started to swell up a little bit, and I think it's because of that salt and the sodium inside of seafood, which it's gonna cause you to swell. And I noticed that when I took it out of my diet, I did start to become less swollen. I can say with the appetite suppression, it starts to taper off at about day 4 or 5. And no, you're not gonna, return back to the way that you were eating. Even if eating was not something, even if you weren't running to eat large meals of food, large amounts of food, excuse me, even if you weren't running to eat large amounts of food, and you are a snacker, you will notice that you're starting to snack a little bit more than usual, but that it's not going to return to what it was before you tried the appetite suppressant. I do not take semaglutide. I took trizepatide. I tried semaglutide before. It worked for me, like in small amounts, as I said before. But as soon as I went up to like the 0.5, it completely stopped. And, my appetite suppression was still there a little bit, but I didn't lose weight, but I didn't gain it either. You know what I mean? So there's that. I'm officially 8 pounds down in 4 weeks. It does go up and down. And I was speaking to someone that I met through, TikTok. And we both said that it is better to weigh maybe 2 or 3 days after you have taken your injection, versus weighing that same day. Because that's when I started to notice that, I had a lower weight and a more permanent weight throughout the week. Let's see, where else can I go? I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else that you guys might want to know. But I did notice that I am losing inches versus pounds, but both are good for me. I don't care, I do know, like I said before, when you're eating to fuel your body, you're gonna eat good food versus, junk food. That's just what I found myself doing. Let's see. I was considering joining like a boot camp, like one of those ISI or like boot camp or something like that, but I'm not a consistent person. I could try, but I feel like I could just never fit it in my schedule, you know. So, um, what else do you guys want to know? I feel like there's another question. Hmm. And Piper is not sponsoring me, but I wasn't trying to get a sponsorship. I really just wanted to know if this worked. And I know other people wanted to know if it worked because I was digging up and down online for reviews. But like I said, if it continues to work, I'm gonna get another 3 month subscription. Other people have inboxed me about other GLP1s, but right now this is working for me. And let's see, what else? I know someone asked me about the process with Piper. Okay, so of course you fill out the form. If you want, you can go to my Instagram, use my link, and you can fill out this form. Or you can just go to joinpiper.com. But there's a form you fill out. It takes your height, your weight, any medical conditions you may have. You put in your card number. They okay, so they have a portal and they send it inside of a chat on, like, if you're approved for the medication, if they need you to take pictures. I know that there's some people that said that they had to take body pictures, and they do that to to discourage ED. Some people have to go get labs done. By the grace of God, I do not have any medical conditions. I mean, I have been diabetic before. It was type 2 diabetes. And I know that you kind of keep that forever, but it's very controlled. Like, my A1C is very low. So I'm okay there. I've had weight loss surgery in the past. As a matter of fact, I've had two. And I'll tell y'all that story later. Yeah. And let's see. So, I think I have ADHD, y'all. Okay, wait. They may ask for information, and then if you are cleared to take the medication, they will send you your dosage in this chat. Inside the chat, you do get inside of a portal where you can take your shot. You can log your shot. You can log your weight. You can log your symptoms. You can log where you took the shot. And you can also log if you've had any concerns. You can reach out to them. It seems kind of like computer, like you're just talking with a bot, but it's really a real person that you're speaking with. And then if your issue is more complex, they will email you. So I haven't had any issues. I know that everybody has a different experience. So basically, once they approved me, they took my money out. They sent me the medication. In North Carolina, there was, the snow decided to grace us this year. So, of course, there were some delays with me receiving my product. However, it was inside of a temperature controlled container, and it also had ice blocks in it. So it did stay cold. Let's see. And they do keep your card on file so that they can send you the next 3 months if you do want it. They do charge more the less that you want. Does that make sense? So if you want a 1 month supply of trizepatide, it's probably like $200 and something. If you want a 3 month, it's $199 per month. Or if you want a 6 months, it's less than a month, but you're still gonna pay more at the time because you're getting more. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how that goes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message and I will answer them the best that I can because there are a lot of people asking me questions. I'm going to give you a quick body shot and then I got to go to bed. So this is a more compressed outfit. So this is where I am. And I'll show you where I came from. All right. Y'all have a good night. Happy Saturday. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. And if nobody loves you, love yourself. Bye.